Hey, I'm Lisa White here in the Scott Alumni Center, and I just want to say good morning, Mount Vernon and Lisbon.
Hi, I'm Kristen Anderson, and I'm at the Mount Vernon Middle School Music Room. Good morning, Mount Vernon, Lisbon.
Good morning, Mount Vernon and Lisbon. I'm Joe.
And I'm Kim.
And we are
supporting and promoting the awesomeness of the Mount Vernon and Lisbon area.
And I know it doesn't look real awesome right now, but we're still awesome. We're still us.
We can find the awesomeness. Even in this, we can find the awesomeness.
Of course we
can.
Darn it. Good news this week.
Yeah, good news this week is I have
Mount Vernon Pharmacy now has a drive-thru.
That is awesome.
I think that's something we've needed for a long time.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Adversity brings invention.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I have not been in my car shuttling children to and from rehearsals and practices and things, so I find joy in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been playing a lot of Scrabble.
Yes.
Yeah. And Yahtzee.
Yes.
So there you go.
Yes, we are.
When do you ever get a chance to do things like that?
I know. We're working through our game cabinets, game by game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And I've watched 800 million thousand movies now.
Yeah.
800 million thousand.
We could have
That's like a lot of movies.
We could have a movie review of what to watch.
What's your favorite movie that you've seen through all this?
Oh, so far, I had the children, well, all of us, our family watched Harriet, the story of Harriet Tubman and the Underground Railroad.
Where'd you get that movie?
I got it from this movie rental right here. And
the Joe J movie rental.
Yeah. And I wanted my children to see real struggle and real adversity.
Oh, that's good.
And bring back to perspective that the fact that they can sleep till 11 and be on computers and things and learn virtually is not entirely a struggle.
Yeah.
So.
And you know, through all of this, there are some, let's do the secret word right now, shall we?
Oh, okay.
Here's our secret word.
I'm going in.
You can go in. But you don't really need to because you don't see it. But this is it. All right. You know, at home, when you hear us say this word, I want you to scream at the top of your lungs, just like Nathan did. How does that go, Nathan? Woo! See, there you go. So do that at home. And we're going to go through this paper today and go through some of that. Okay, now we're going back to what we were talking about.
I'm back. I heard nothing.
So I think that during a lot of people are getting some things done. So Yox is the business next door. Where we are right now, yes, of course, and they are taking the time to remodel the inside. They've got Robert, local contractor, working with them, and I've been seeing them do a lot of work, tearing things in and out and taking it out and rebuilding.
Ace.
So this might be a good time for you to paint your house.
Well, Ace said they're selling lots of paint.
Yeah.
Lots of people are painting the insides of their houses.
And then, you know, that's a good note that there are businesses that are still open during this. Skillet across the street, they're open right now.
Yeah.
The sing-along is closed. We could not keep up, but Skillet, God love them, are still going. So if you want to stop by and get something to go or carry out, they're open, as is Scores and the pizza places and a few others. So check it out.
Is Whitey still going?
They were last time. I talked to them last week, but things change every day around here in this thing. So please just check with your local businesses. But it's exciting. Woo! Does that mean you know it's a go? All right, let's get to the news, and you can start. Mount Vernon and Lisbon, this is your breaking news.
Volume 151, number 13, March 26th, 2020. I have to pause and sing happy birthday to my mother. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear mother, happy birthday to you today.
Linda, happy birthday. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen you since this has all happened. But
me either.
The last time I saw you, you looked young and thin and beautiful.
Yes.
And I hope you still do.
Yes.
All right. All right, so curfew for City of Lisbon.
Ooh.
Isn't this interesting?
I think that's a good idea.
I think let's all do a curfew. I think we're kind of self-curfewing anyway. Nobody's out late anymore.
No.
My goodness, what is there to do?
Walk around.
Well, walking is good.
Yes.
Yeah, and nobody else is on the street, so it's probably a good time to do it.
Walk in the daytime too.
So the City of Lisbon is now under a curfew of 10 p.m. each night until further notice.
Okay.
The curfew was passed by the Lisbon City Council at its meeting Monday. Lisbon Mayor Doug O'Connor said the hope is to keep people from congregating on the streets.
Right.
This is him. The only ways for this pandemic to be stopped is if people stop being in contact with one another. So let's not be in contact, okay? Lisbon Public Library is closed until April 13. City Council also approved waiving late fees for utility bills at Monday's meeting. So-
That's nice. Everybody's
Yeah.
doing their share and their little bits to help. And that's
And we've
great.
all got to do our share,
Yes,
don't we?
we
My
do.
goodness. All right. So business, as usual, is a main story in here. Mount Vernon schools will be expecting education opportunities to students, will be extending education opportunities to students during the school shutdown. Those
Yes.
learning opportunities began on Tuesday, March 24.
They did. We picked up our computers on Tuesday.
Yep. District will provide recommendations to parents on how to possibly structure the day for kids, so they are engaged in learning. That's very good. Students were allowed back into school buildings on Tuesday to collect items they may have left behind.
And they did such a great job with that. They did. They had big signs that said, if you're feeling ill, do not come in. And there were hand sanitizers everywhere. And when you checked out your computer, you hand sanitized the pen before you used it. And it was just really well. And the library at the middle school, they had a computer set up that you could check out a book and they would bring it to you from the library, so not everybody's there coughing all over the books. And yeah, it was really well done. I was very, very impressed with the way the school handled that.
Yeah.
So well done.
It says in here too, there's a nice photo of Kevin Carpenter.
Oh, yeah.
They're switching to online orders.
They do
they're-
an big online
They
business.
do
anyway,
indeed,
yeah.
and there's a number of businesses in town that do online sales, and they're ramping up that work now.
Yeah,
So
K-pop.
that is another way
Excellent.
to shop during this time.
Yeah.
Of course, John and Amanda, two
Oh, yeah.
stores down.
I
That's
would like to show my new shirt that I got from One Mission.
That's
I
how they
thought
do
it
the
was
majority of their
very
businesses.
appropriate. Community unity, and this paper is full of community unity today.
Yeah. So we normally skip over the obits when we do this because it's not really happy news, but we're in a different world right now. So
And we can focus on the happiness
Yeah.
that he brought this world.
So we lost Dean Borg this last week, and pancreatic cancer. He died Sunday, and we have a long relationship with Dean Borg. Dean Borg was very supportive of the organization I worked for, not only financially, but he was one of those volunteers that stopped in regularly just to check on me.
Yeah.
What do you need today, Joe? How are you doing? And I always appreciate that. I have several volunteers that just kind of come knocking on the door and just want to check in and make sure I'm not hanging from a from the ceiling or something, or out on a ledge or whatever. So anyway, he's worked on a number of projects with us. He was on our committee when we did the restaurant week. We did that 2 years in a row. He was part of it both times. And then he was a big part of the big exhibit that we had, the Smithsonian exhibit. He was on that committee too.
Yeah.
So, and then of course, when we got that major award that we got from the state of Iowa last year, he was one of those 27 volunteers who showed up to watch us receive it in Des Moines, and that was really exciting. And I got a big picture of him with all of us standing there with a huge smile on his face. Clearly, he was very proud of our community and the work that we're all doing here. He's very, very, very generous individual, and a great friend. So he will be missed.
He will be very missed. And he was just 100% goodness.
Yeah.
There was just, he was always just positive and happy and just passing support and love. And whether he was doing it on Iowa Public Television or in the streets of Mount Vernon.
Yeah.
He's a good man.
He's a very good man. We honored him a few years ago at the Uptown Theater Honors, and there was a group of high school kids that did a scene from Newsies to honor him.
Yes.
And I watched him throughout that whole performance with a huge smile on his face. He had a number of family members in the audience that came to be a part of that. And I met his family several times over the years. When I was doing plays, he would come and he would bring family to it. He was so proud of the work that I was doing. But of course, I was one that was very proud of and honored that he would even bother to show up. So thank you. And he will be missed. So there you go. So here we go. Let's keep going here. So we talked about Lisbon and the utility shutoffs suspended. City of Lisbon will be suspending utility shutoffs for the months of April, May.
That's nice.
That is nice.
People are struggling and they do not need to not have power and water. Thank you. Thank you.
Let me see. Also, some reminders. You don't flush the flushable wipes down your stool, ladies and gentlemen. Don't do that.
Okay.
That's right here.
They say flushable, but they don't mean it.
As hand washing and general hygiene increased due to the COVID-19 scare, Public Works Directors Travis Bagby and Nick Neeson are reminding citizens not to flush any flushable wipes down the toilets.
Because we're all home. We're all using the same septic system. We are all going to the bathroom. So don't flush those flushables right now. Okay? Thanks.
There's your breaking news, ladies
That's
and gentlemen. All right.
But that's good to know because on the package it says flushable. So people might not know that they shouldn't be flushing those and taxing our sewer system.
Well, now we know.
Now we know.
That's the purpose of you and I being here today. That's our breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
That is our contribution to
We all have to
society.
do our part.
We
don't
do.
All right, so Mount Vernon High School held a make-up individual state speech
Yes, they
tournament
did.
for students Saturday, March 14th.
Yeah.
And that was
Nathan was a judge.
Of course he
Did
was.
a great job.
Nathan is a very big part of the
Speech
speech
competitions, yeah.
community. All right, so let me see. Alongside Mount Vernon were students from Lisbon and Midland qualified for state tournament. Participant had 2 judges in the room as opposed to 3 in traditional. Social distancing and abundant hand sanitizer and cleaning were conducted.
Yep.
Okay, so this is Tanya Tenley. Our little contest at home went smoothly and everyone was very happy to have the chance to perform, said
Yes.
Tanya Tenley. Although this year ended with a state cancellation, which may never have happened before, we did manage to give the students an opportunity. Good for them.
My daughter qualified for All-State, and she immediately went online and got a state speech sweatshirt because it's not happening. But they made the sweatshirts, so you can get a discounted state sweatshirt.
Well, it's a collector's item now.
It is,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, nice guest column in here from our friend Nicole McAlexander. In this challenging time, we want to assure you that though our doors are locked to ensure physical distance, our support is just a phone call or email away. Staff can be contacted throughout normal business hours, and we remain dedicated to our mission of serving children, seniors, and low-income residents.
Look at that, that's your office,
Hence my office.
where it was originally. That's kind of cool. No, it's not. It went moved to its new home. It's being moved, wheeled down the street.
So
It
this is-
moved- this is when it moved.
This
That's
is March.
cool.
This is March 22nd, right?
Yeah.
1990. So that's
Yeah.
when it moved.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. We got notes from the 4-H Club. There's some
Oh.
breaking news.
Okay, breaking news, 4-H.
Here we go. The Be Original 4-H Club met March 8th at Southeast Lynn Community Center, 5 p.m.
Okay,
The meeting started with a recreational activity led by Cassie Ross.
thank you, Cassie.
Because the secretary and the treasurer were not at this meeting, we did not get their reports.
Okay,
There you go. That's breaking news.
it's okay. I'm sure they were doing something fun.
I'm sure. All right.
Oh, Cole Library resources.
Yeah, so their Cole Library's closed, but their online resources are available. So
Yep.
click on online and get to work on that. Looks like the O'Connor family took the lead again in
yes.
entertaining us all during a difficult time. O'Connor family of Mount Vernon marked spring on their sidewalks with colorful chalk drawings.
Yep.
There's a movement on social media suggesting people chalk their own walk with encouraging words and pictures.
Oh, and tell about the bear. Put a bear in your window.
Is that in here? Do you have a story about the bears?
No.
Yeah, and it's an email I just got, and I'm not quite sure where it even came from, but it's been, emails been run about, put teddy bears in your windows, so families, when you want to go and take your kids for a walk, they can look and see bears. And in my window here on Main Street, you can see my giant puppet again up in the window with a little teddy bear on his shoulder. So
That's
there
kind of
you
cool.
go.
I like that idea. I like how the communities are kind of coming together and making these interesting
All
fun
kinds
projects.
of interesting, fun little things happening.
Yeah.
And you know what? They don't have to go any further than your own front door. You
right.
can go in there and play your Monopoly and your Scrabble and your Yahtzee or whatever else it is that you're doing. So, oh, speaking of sports, in Kim's house today, it looks like she is beating her children at, what's the board game?
We play lots.
Oh, okay.
Lots of board games and board games.
We've got the Mustangs boys are returning with 10 letter winners.
We're talking soccer.
The Mount Vernon boys soccer team.
We're talking the global football. That's what we're talking.
The Mount Vernon boys soccer team will once again be combined with Springdale and Lisbon for the upcoming season.
Oh, I like that.
Season is scheduled to start Monday, April 13, after delays from COVID. Have 10 returning letter winners.
Nice.
Aiden Grodzinski, Carson Bartel, Ben Moss, Sage Betcher, Jake Hunter, Grant Kleckner, Matthew Treka, Graham Bradbury, Kel Crawford, and Jalen McNeil. And sorry if I
Nice.
screwed up your names. All right, Rams named Scholar All-Americans. Coach Brent Ham's Cornell wrestling program,
Oh.
94 NCAA Division III scholar, All-Americans for the 2019-20 season.
I'm
It was
not
announced by the
surprised.
National Wrestling Coaches Association.
Those kids up there on that hill, they are smart
They're smart.
and good.
But right now they're not on the hill because they're
Yeah.
still on spring break. They're extended spring break.
There's a couple.
Yeah. That will,
They started their learning.
they're going online, right? But they're not up on the hill anymore. But I guess in spirit.
Well, I think some still are. They
Yeah.
couldn't get home.
Maybe less than 50, but
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, Mount Vernon girls soccer team has a new head coach, Jenna Hinman.
Oh, nice.
So there you go. There's a
Good luck
whole
to them.
list of the girls soccer teams, the players, and that is it. Did you guess the word?
I think I did.
What is it?
I think it's business.
Woo!
Dun, da, 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 da.
Well, that does it for us, ladies and
Be
gentlemen.
well. Stay socially distant. Hug
Stay
the people.
inside. It's okay.
Hug the people you can. And we'll be back next week. Have a great day. Okay, here we go. It's the longest intro ever. Here we go. Next time you're found with your legs to the ground, there's a lot to be learned. So look around.